All right. Welcome. Welcome, sisters, beloved women of the world. Welcome to this BLYSS session. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. But we always prepare in a similar way by just becoming present. So I would want to ask you to take a deep breath and just arrive. Just feel your physical body and just arrive. As we open the sacred space to reflect on one of the most urgent, enduring, and disturbing invitations of our time that calls for healing. There is so much conflict, and we are called to heal. Look around the world right now, from violent wars and political division to cultural breakdowns and personal estrangement because of these conflicting opinions. Humanity is witnessing an eruption of unresolved pain, and this is not just modern, this is not just from today. But today, we realize that the earth, the physical earth, is speaking to us, is responding. The earth herself is trembling, not under the weight of climate imbalance, but under the vibrations of human discord, of human separation, and maybe even soul disconnection. Yet when it all started, it is a history that is ancient. And it is surfacing in bringing up old wounds, I believe. The conflict we face today is not new. As I said, it is ancient. But we are living in a time when the original fractures, the fractures that we experience even physically in our physical, mental, emotional hearts, spiritual hearts. The one that began in the mythic and in the sacred texts, in early tribal wars, in religious separations for eons. And they are now returning to the surface. And they are part of our shared human story. From Cain and Abel to Abraham's two sons, to divisions of nations, belief systems, skin colors, this wound of the other that we separate ourselves from has...
Olivia Pages, WhatsApp.
So sorry. This wound has been with us for thousands of years. It has shaped our fears, it has shaped our loyalties and our instincts to divide rather than unite. Today we know this because we are all connected through this incredible global web, the internet. So we feel everything. We always felt it, but now we know consciously what is going on. Through visible wars, and those are bringing up our invisible wounds, and we are being asked to bring light to it. What we see out there in Gaza, in Ukraine, in our cities and borders is a mirror of what we actually carry within. So ask yourself, where have I judged or exiled parts of myself? And where do I resist the unity? Unity with my own emotions, unity with my ancestry, unity with my own past. Where have I forgiven the things that I thought were unforgivable? And have I made an enemy of my pain or my body, or even an enemy of my own needs, that I pushed them away and thought they were unimportant? Because when we internalize conflict, we recreate it externally in some way. But when we become aware, compassionately aware, we step into our sacred responsibility to be healers of ourselves and healers of the greater human field, because we are connected to the collective whole, to the collective field. And this is what it means to be a conscious woman. And I believe we women have been called to step up. We are called to be the healers at this time. The opportunity in today's turmoil is this: to remember that we are not separate, to release what was never ours to carry, and to restore the energetic field of peace through our thoughts, our breath, and maybe just simply through our presence. It's not always doing anything, but just be present, be anchored in who you truly are. Because true peace doesn't begin in the treaty tables or outside in the community. It begins within you, here and now. It is part of your inner alchemy of presence. And the decision to end the war inside. So what happens inside of you is reflected to the outside. Because as women, we are keepers of emotional wisdom, and we are the bridges of compassion. We don't need to fix the world, but we are called to heal the field that we are part of. So every time we choose unity over division, even in our thoughts, every time we choose understanding over blame, every time we choose softness over harsh reactions, we shift the resonance, not only within our own sacred temple, our physical body, but we are sending this into the field so it resonates to humanity itself. So how do we heal the ancient rift? There is a special thread in the great tapestry of human conflict that still pulses with unresolved pain and prophecy. The conflict between, and now I name those countries, Iran and Israel, because this is so acute right now. This is not merely a political issue. It is a spiritual and ancestral wound, one that reaches back thousands of years into the very foundations of sacred history. It's a biblical lineage of separation. Iran, once known as Persia, played a powerful role in the history of the Jewish people. In fact, it was the Persian king Cyrus the Great who liberated the Jews from Babylonian exile and allowed them to rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. There was once great respect, alliance, and even spiritual admiration between these ancient people. But over time, through conquest, empires, shifts, colonization, and fear-driven ideology, these once connected nations became divided by suspicion, violence, and, yes, religious extremism. So the sons of Abraham, through Isaac and Ishmael, represent lineages that now find themselves generation after generation caught in cycles of inherited mistrust and trauma. This brings chills to my bodies. This conflict is not new, but it is now dangerously active as the shadows of the past rise up in current threats and wars, to be healed, to be brought to our attention. But war is not the way. There is a better way. And it must be dealt with. It must be healed now. We are in a time when the veils between past and present are thinning. The energies of biblical prophecy, ancestral trauma, and modern politics are colliding, are really clashing with such force. But there is a sacred truth in this. What has been inherited in pain can be transformed in love. And that's the time we live in today. The healing of this ancient rift will not come through domination, bombs, or control. It will come through a return to remembrance. How do we do this? We all have to ask ourselves. We are brothers and sisters before we are enemies, always, in every way, in every situation. That the God of love we all claim does not divide, He unites. We all know this. That real power lies not in retaliation, but in reconciliation. So I believe there is a call to spiritual leadership out there. Beloved sisters, this is not just a geopolitical issue. It is a spiritual call to action for those of us who hold light, love, and awareness. And even if we are not of that part of the world, we are all connected and we are not powerless. So every time one of us chooses compassion over contempt, every time we offer a prayer instead of a judgment, and every time we send healing to the lands where pain runs so deep, we change the field. As I say that we change the field, I feel that ripple, those goosebumps thrown to my body. We help heal the story. So let us hold Iran and Israel not as opposites, but as a reflection of a shared divine origin. Let us hold both in our hearts today and going forward. And they shall put down their swords. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. This is something that I'm paraphrasing here, that before I came on was in Isaiah 2.424. I'm not very well remembering the Bible, even though I studied it long time ago. As a matter of fact, I was in boarding school, the mother house of the Ursuline nuns, for many years, but that was long time ago. But coming back, our role in the healing of the earth is happening right now because what is happening between Iran and Israel now is not isolated. It reflects all unresolved conflict in the human soul. We begin to heal this wound by acknowledging the pain, acknowledging it without taking sides. Because it is not modern. It didn't come up right now or in the last couple of decades. It's ancient. So we can offer understanding in place of fear. We can extend compassion to both sides. We can choose love as the most courageous act of all. So let this sacred remembering ripple from your heart into the field, into the energetic field, and consciously send it to the Middle East and beyond. And I want you to do just a short meditation, a contemplation about that. So if you feel comfortable, if you're not driving, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. And every time you inhale, visualize, imagine that you inhale peace. And then exhale tension. Just thinking of your body right now, the peace within your body and the tension out of your body. Then inhale unity within your body, and exhale separation. And then gently place your hands over your heart center. And then contemplate, where in my life do I feel division or unrest? Yes, in your life. And even within your own body temple. And is there a relationship, a memory, or part of yourself that still feels at war, that feels divided, tense, conflicted? And are you willing to soften, even just a little, right now? Keep on breathing. Breathing in peace. Now begin to breathe in golden light. Imagine this wounded place bathed in golden light. And this light is ancient from the source. It comes straight from the source. So it is not part of any separation. It is the all. It is the one. And let it fill the place within you that still aches, or that still is conflicted, or that still wants to defend. Now allow this light to expand from your heart into your home. See your home filled with that golden light, and everything becomes more colorful, more peaceful. Then let it reach beyond your home into your community, where it does the same thing. And then send it further out, covering your country, the country you live in. And see everything taking in a breath of love and peace. Everything becoming lighter, brighter, softer, united. And then let it go out further, beyond your country, into the regions of earth that are currently in conflict. Pick one, maybe. There are many. And then you may say out silently or aloud, I offer this peace not just for me, but for all beings. May healing ripple through the human family. May love dissolve what fear has built. And coming back to your breath, breathe in peace. Exhale tension. And then breathe in peace again. And then breathe out healing. And see it spread throughout the world. And then breathe in unity. And then exhale, breathe out compassion and see that ripple out across the planet. And do this a couple of more times and really feel into it. Feel the feeling. Become sensitive to the impressions, to the visions, to the love that is returned back to you. And then take one long breath in and open your mouth and say, release all of this. And come back to your normal way of breathing. Become aware of your physical body. Become back anchored in your body. Maybe stretch up your arms, wiggle your feet, your toes, open your hands a couple of times. Move your body from side to side, open your eyes, being fully awake and back in your physical body and feeling great, feeling alive and wonderful, because you have done such great work right now. Beloved ones, thank you for holding this sacred space today, being together with me as we do this exercise. You are not alone in this longing for healing, because you are part of everything, of the collective awakening, the peace, the movement of the heart, the movement from this third dimension into the fourth and fifth dimension of love and community and collaboration and peace. So may all conflicts within and without soften. May the conflicts beyond be transformed. And may we all meet in love. And so it is, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you, beloved, and thank you for being with me. And thank you, beloved Father, Mother God, Creator God, all of the Ascended Masters, the beautiful guides, angels, archangels. As we close this session, we just want to give such great thanks for the support that we are so often unaware of, but that is always available, always around us, always part of us. So I say goodbye until we meet again next time.